originally from Brooklyn, New York, and I live in Orlando now. That's some about me.
All right, and I'm Lance, and I'm 18, and I'm from Mississippi.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I'm JC. I'm 21. I'm from DC, and I'm probably the sleepiest member of NSYNC.
I'm Chris. I'm the oldest member. I'm 26, and I brought my skate. Thank you. I brought my skates to go skate here.
Yes.
And it's way too wet. Y'all need to dry up a little bit, because I want to get out there skating.
I'm Justin, and I'm just young. That's it. I don't know.
Orlando is the meeting point. Justin and I did the Mouse Club down there. And then that's how I met Joey, because Joey would always come there, and he knew one of the girls who was on the show, and him and I became friends that way. And he was working there at Universal with Joey, so in a roundabout way, we all just became friends because we were living down there. M-I-C.
See you real soon.
A-E-Y.
Why? Because we got paid to.
M-O-U-S-C.
There you go.
Musketeers taking over pop music?
We're taking over worldwide. We're taking over TV and music, so regardless, we're taking over everything. So tell me what to do now, 'cause I want you back.
How was it at first when you first met? It was same sort of feelings? Did you get along right off the bat?
It was different for everybody. You know, I could tell you, actually, Joey and I kind of got along really good at first, then we didn't get along, then we did get along. So Joey and I have gone back and forth.
Why didn't you get along?
Because look at his head.
Hairstyles.
But your hair wasn't like that.
We're competing. He went with the braids, I
He was the
got into
bigger
an
freak.
accident, and the lady dyed my hair off.
So this is what I'm gonna add. JC, did you want to add something?
No.
Nobody likes Jason.
Nobody likes me.
It just happened like overnight for you guys.
It did, especially in Canada. We didn't even expect this at all.
Yeah.
I mean, at all. It's our first time here, and it's been amazing.
First album, when it went to #2, that was like a big, huge, deal for us. I mean, the #2 album is a pretty good thing.
They're the hot producers right now. They've got a hot sound, and it's just like any group that runs to Babyface when they want that kind of sound. When he was a hot sound, just like when people were going to Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. This guy's hot right now, and we wanted to go with a hot item, so we went to that.
Swedish, right?
Yeah, and we wanted his help.
When we first started, we were primarily on the radio. So it was people listening to the records and then relating that to something that they felt personally. And that's how we really got our start with the first album, with I Want You Back, which was our first single. It was a radio-friendly song, and there weren't pictures of us anywhere. It wasn't like people actually even know what we look like. It was about the music. When you sing a song, it's not about your voice, it's about the song. You know, you have to really, it's kind of like the same thing as an actor getting into his role. You have to put yourself in that situation, somehow relate it to something that probably, you can relate with.
That's good.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
God must have spent a little more time on you.
A lot of times I look into the audience, I see a lot of like the parents with their kids or their boyfriend and their girlfriend. A lot of times I think about them, how they, you can see that there's so much love, or there's so much love in the family that they're like, they're singing the songs to each other and also, singing along with. And it's
You're
such a
putting
good
them in a
feeling.
mood, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's why we picked the video we did for God Must Have Spent. Because it sounds like your typical love song, but we thought more in a family sense related to a mother and a son, or mother, daughter, and father, son. Anyways.
On this one, as a cover, of Christopher Cross.
Yeah.
You do an a cappella version of Boston's More Than a Feeling.
Yeah.
These are all like prehistoric, ancient songs. Do you like the music or do you like the artist?
Well, I think we have a respect for every aspect of music, and that had something to do with us doing these remakes.
Yeah.
You know, who's to say we won't remake, you know, an Eagles song in the future? I mean, we have a love for every aspect of music. I mean, we all have different interests, you know, in what we listen to, you know. So
Yeah.
I think that has a lot to do with it. But you know, with songs like that, you know.
Yeah.
Why not, you know, and we just wanted to bring something, you know, vocal to maybe an instrumentation.
You taught me to run, you taught me to fly, taught me to breathe on me inside. Help me hear the music of my heart. Help me hear the music of my heart.
She's awesome.
Wonderful. She's a
She's
legend.
cool. I was nervous.
She's a great lady. She could be the sixth member of NSYNC. She has the same mentality as us.
We never really took like dance lessons
Yeah.
or things like that. We just kind of picked it up the best we could. It's funny how the whole dance thing came into effect because when we first did our showcase, I remember our first showcase, excuse me, and we decided that, you know, people could go pick up a CD and listen to some songs and, you know, come and watch us just stand there and sing and get the same effect. So we started working in choreography to the show, our first showcase, and we were like, wow, we can actually dance. So it's become this big thing, and now, you know, everybody looks at us as performers, you know what I mean? And it's really grown on us, and I think people appreciate that, the fact that we put so much into our live show.
Choreography is really key. When you see our show, you'll know that, you know, every song we do, I think there's one song besides for an a cappella song that we don't move around, because to us, when we sing, we like to dance, we like to move around.
Right.
And we show that in our shows. In fact, there's an intro, which we can't tell you about, or we'd have to kill you. And then there's a dance break that all we do is dance. We don't even sing. It's just like full-on dancing. It's just a lot of fun.
When we're preparing for a tour, usually we get about 2 weeks and we practice about 12 hours a day.
Working with NSYNC and Britney Spears or Jordan Knight or any artist that I actually choreograph for, it's all different because the music itself is different. So I create dance steps around the music and just make it exciting.
We're road dogs. I mean, we like going on the road and things like that. So that's the stuff we look forward to.
When you come to one of our shows, you're gonna see, you know, people from 3 years old to 60 years old, parents, you know, boyfriend, girlfriends. I mean, we just have a mixture, and that's what we like. It's a big kind of like a family oriented show.
Hey, how did you drag this guy along, did you?
Yeah, Dad, come on.
So what do you think, Dad? How did you like the show?
Pretty noisy. Pretty noisy for someone like me.
It was quite the interesting.
No, you didn't do any screaming, did you?
Yeah.
When we're on stage, you know, we're out to perform to the best of our abilities. You know, we put 110% in everything, and, you know, that's the feedback we get from the audience, is that much energy just right back at us, and that kind of pumps us up even more.
It's good to see the audience and the crowd get involved and how, you know, excited they are. I mean, of course, after we're done with the show, we are a little bit tired, a little bit exhausted.
Extremely tight.
But it's well paid off as far as seeing the reaction of the crowd.
Tell me about the show. How's it?
They can actually sing.
Yeah,
They can sing really well.
They sing
They're
really
good
well.
looking and they can sing.
You're gonna hear us huffing and puffing. Sometimes you're gonna hear us crack or sing a wrong note
That's
just
the magic
because
of live.
it's live.
I mean, you can't hide that. So I mean, you'll hear
It's the magic. God must have spent a little more time on Joey.
We want to do something that we can look back and be proud of as well. I mean, you know, the kind of stuff that we enjoyed watching when we were growing up were things like Janet Jackson and Michael Jackson. And, you know, they put on shows, and that's the kind of stuff we liked. So we wanted to do something like that, so when we look back on it, we could be proud of it. And we always want to take things to the next level. So yeah, you watch a very high-energy show, and us, I mean, that's what we're all about. We want to bring the best show we can, and that's what we do. That's what we try and do every night.
I was just wondering what you guys say to people that say you guys copy the Backstreet Boys.
Hi! You want to say what we say? Jimmy crack corn and I don't care.
I mean, we do what we do for us, and we do it for our fans, and that's it.
And that's all we have to say about that. Period.
We've heard some things that were said from some people about us, but we don't pay attention to stuff like that. You know, I don't even want to bring it up that much because we try not to pay attention to stuff like that. I think our main competition is ourselves.
You people, can't you see how your love's affecting our reality?
Media has created this NSYNC Backstreet Boys thing happening. I don't know if you could sense it being right in the middle of it, but we're hearing about it.
What are you hearing?
Well, the fact that, I guess you have to like NSYNC or you have to like the Backstreet Boys, that you can't like both.
Oh, really?
But that's a silly media thing, right?
I think,
it's all media.
It's all,
It's all about the music, man.
Right, exactly. There's enough fans for everybody out there. I mean, there's tons of other groups over in Europe that are just like us, and they don't, you know, try to distinguish. I mean, I look through a fan booklet, and I'll see, you know, all the other groups that have signed all right next to us. So, like I say, it's no biggie.
That chairman looks like you stole that from the Backstreet Boys.
Wrong.
No.
No, we've had that chair routine for 4 years now.
You know what? It was such a great interview until you took it there. Okay, let's look at this chair here. Look at this chair. There's not much you can do with a chair.
They do. No, see, we do this. We spin it on one thing, and then that's it. They took it overboard and made.
That's right.
We don't do that. We've been doing this since in Germany too a lot of times, so we've had it for a while. So I'm sorry we didn't take it from them.
Get down, get on, let down your hair. There's people dancing everywhere. Gonna get you in the mood to party all night.
I don't think NSYNC has sold 2.4 million albums in 1 week for any particular reason other than that they've been around for a while and they've worked really hard.
They've worked hard.
I think they've escalated to being a phenomenon now more than anything else, and all the good luck in the world to them.
True to your heart, you must be true to your heart. That's when the heavens will part, and baby shower you with my love.
We feel that, you know, we have been a part of, you know, the new age of pop, you know, coming back. But to categorize ourselves into a boy band category, we don't. You know, we don't consider ourselves a boy band. I mean, I think that's just ridiculous. But I mean, but we do feel that the type of music we do has come back, you know, very strong to, you know, this side of the world.
There's a type of music that we do that lots of other artists are doing right now that is becoming the primary part of the industry now, and it's becoming a big part of what sells. But we feel like we contribute something new, you know, to the industry, definitely.
In all of creation, all things great and small, you are the one that surpasses them all.
It happened over in Europe, and now it's happening over here. The transposition from, you know, whatever they were listening to at the time to popular music, to pop music. Over here in the States, we had a big turn towards grunge and alternative, you know, where everybody became an alternative junkie and everybody loved listening to alternative. But I think it's about time that it turns back around and everybody says, but you know what? It's okay to be just normal, and it's okay to be not different, you know. It's okay to like
what everybody else likes. They can be themselves without having to, you know, shave their heads and put earrings in every part of their bodies and things like that. I mean, they can just be themselves by knowing what they like and doing what they like to do.
Baby, when the lights go out, every single word cannot express the love and tenderness.
We were friends before we were a group, and one of the things that's really good about us is we know each other. It's not like, you know, an audition was held, put us together, and, you know, maybe one of us might not like somebody in the group or something like that, and that probably has happened in other situations. But for us, we know each other. You know, everybody knew somebody in the group. We're really good friends. We know, you know, when to do stuff or when not to. We love going out. Just like if we're all on vacation, we'll go out to the movies or go out somewhere else or whatever. So it's not like a, you know, it's not like we just disappear from each other.
This isn't for Superman, it's for shut up. Trying to get somebody into the mindset of our group that hasn't really hung around us before or been with us. If you travel with us, I think you'll realize that it's not even about being a group. It's about a brotherhood, you know. It's like we take care of each other, and I mean, it's obviously helped as we've gone on tour because we know each other, like Joey said. And I mean, just being together and learning each other and having that time to do that, you know, we figured out everything about each other, and it's started off as friends, you know, wanting to do the same thing, and it's become a brotherhood, and we're more like a family now.
Actually, Lance and I have to sit on opposite ends of the couch.
Yeah, because you know what?
Because we'll cat fight.
Yeah, rare. It would be kind of hard for us to explain the mindset to somebody who didn't really see it, you know, as much, who just saw us on television and didn't see us together all the time, you know. But I think if you hung out with us and you were with us, you'd see that it's more of just a family. You know, we take care of each other. Of course, we get on each other's nerves every now and then.
JC just gave Joey a shot before the interview I saw.
Absolutely.
See, I mean,
Watch. This is what I can do because he's my brother. I can do that. Isn't that cool? Would you please take that off? Joey, stop touching me.
I love Justin.
Troublemaker. Chris.
It was the ice cream spoon and ice cream, and he put a candle above the handle.
Got the scar.
And he goes, hey, try this ice cream, and he went to go touch it, and it was really hot, and words came out of Lance's mouth that was not.
That's dangerous. That's Lance. Were you okay with that?
Yeah, well, yeah, it was burned.
Okay.
Yeah, Chris doesn't realize the pain involved with jokes.
Lance has got into pranks lately. It's like for you when you're on your own, and then when you're with your brother, you cause trouble more when you're with your brother.
Who would be the slob of the bunch? The slob. Slob.
Meaning what? What like slob?
Dirty, messy.
Yeah.
Messy? Joey.
Lance is laid back.
And he's the bad joke teller.
He just chills.
Let's jump over to Justin here. Anything we can describe Justin for us and
Stone around Superman and he starts to fall apart.
Sporty athletic man.
I agree.
Um,
I concur, sir.
That sounds good to me.
He's a
I'll take
well-rounded
that.
person. He doesn't like Superman.
As much as Batman, that's for sure. There's like 5 of us.
So think all the trouble we get into.
The most serious of the group here, JC?
Yeah.
JC, yeah?
JC.
I concur, sir.
Made a mistake when I let you go, baby.
I had to run myself crazy.
Wanting you the way that I do.
Wanting you the way that I do. I don't think it's a you know it affects the the music or whatever like that. I just think it affects the overall vibe itself of the package. You know what I mean? When people hear the music and stuff and really hear the harmonies, I think the blends might be a little bit tighter because we might have worked a little bit more on them or whatever because we don't mind being around each other and stuff like that.
Like a rumor that you and Justin from NSYNC have gone out. I was just wondering if it was true.
No, it's not true.
Not true?
No, it's not true.
Not true.
Not
No,
true.
I guess because we were on the Mickey Mouse Club together with JC, but I mean, people are gonna start rumors, try, but no, it's not true.
I just want to say that I feel like special now because I am in the Star. We're talking about tabloid magazines that make up all this stuff about you. I felt so special that someone felt obligated to make up something about me. So.
You and Britney Spears are friends. You have been friends for a long time, but
I've known her since I was like 11, so yeah, of course we're good friends.
They dated on the Mouse Club, but now they don't because he's a loser.
What's the weirdest thing you've read in a tabloid?
Lance has 6 toes on
6
1 foot.
Yep.
He does.
He's just kidding. That's gonna be a new rumor now.
That's rumors. Come on.
11-toe Lance.
Actually, there was one in a tabloid that said Lance was hitting on Kathy Lee Gifford.
We were having an affair.
An affair.
Like, whoa.
Because you guys worked together, didn't you?
Yeah, well, we did
He's
our
trying to take over her
Christmas
spot
special
on
like 2 years
Regis.
ago. And they had a picture of us taking a, like her hand was here on my leg.
Her hand was on your leg.
So we're having an affair now.
The tabloids, I don't know, they just make stuff up. You know what? You just have to laugh at it. Just laugh at it and carry on about your business. We don't concern ourselves with stuff like that. We just do what we do.
Is there any downside to maybe doing what you do? I'm thinking maybe lack of privacy.
You don't get as much time to spend with your family, and you don't get to do a lot of the, I mean, we still do a lot of the things that normal people do, like go to the movies and stuff like that. We just can't do it, you know, on a daily basis. We don't have like the schedules that normal people have, like a 9 to 5 or, you know, where it's just like maybe an 8-hour work day or something like that. I mean, we basically eat, sleep, and breathe what we do.
We're employed. We're happy.
When we're not working is when we get
Yeah,
worried.
either you work.
That's when you gotta go get the government cheese. Government cheese is good, though. Have you ever had it? It's like a big slab of Velveeta. It's really good.
I would give you love, the kind of love that you've only dreamed of.
You love the camera, you love the stage, you love to perform. Do you like the photo shoot aspect?
Yeah, a lot of times, a lot of on-location stuff is what's really a lot of fun. I mean, being in a studio is sometimes, of course, you're in there, you know, 6 or 7 hours, you know, in the day, or sometimes, you know, depending, because we'll do a lot of different photo shoots, and we're always like, you know, either constantly smiling, and it kind of gets a little tiring. But I mean, you know, people want to see you, and that's what you have to think about. And we're just like, all right, take the picture. But on-location stuff is really a lot of fun.
When we started it, we were like, look, if it works, it's gonna work, and we're just gonna have to deal with it, you know. That's gonna be our life, you know, and if it doesn't work, then so be it. But the fact of the matter is that, yeah, it came through, and we kind of were in the mindset already that, you know, we had to take responsibility for whatever we did, you know.
Everything that has happened to us has come out to be a positive thing just because of our attitudes about everything. We have a positive outlook on what happens, and so I think that has a lot to do with it.
What's up? Hello! Hi, everybody!
What's up? Oh! What's up? Oh!
What's going on? What's up?
What's up?
Do you think that your personality is going to change now that you're famous?
Yes. No. We started this, and we're in sync, and we'll always be in sync. I don't think our personalities will change. We always try in every way we can to stay as close to our fans as possible. Autograph signing, and you know, we've stayed an hour late, you know, and we missed our sound check, but we have to make it to the venue for the show, and you know, that disappoints us sometimes. You know, even when we have to do that, when you know, in reality we've stayed and you know, missed the sound check. But yeah, our fans are here for us, and we appreciate them.
We do meet and greets every day with our fans and stuff like that to make sure that, you know, some of the kids actually get to get in and really get a good look at what we do. And so, you know, and we like to stay in contact with, you know, some of our fans. I mean, we can't go into a crowd of 500 and, you know, do whatever, but it gives some people a chance to really get to know us a little bit.
You always want to know about your girlfriend or your love life.
Or the craziest fan.
Or your underwear.
Yeah.
Or if they're there in front of you, they say, "Can I have a hug?"
Okay.
Oh, gee, it's terrible.
Yeah, we totally hate girls screaming our names. What are you talking about?
It's exciting.
Yeah.
It's a thrill. Who wouldn't? I mean, you know, you always.
You know what? Our whole audience, when you go out on a stage and you're playing a show in front of 60,000 screaming people, it's
amazing.
Amazing. It's not. You can't put it into words. It's amazing.
craziest thing that a fan has ever tried to do, you guys. And I love you, Lance.
We were in Berlin, and we got into the airport, and there was, hundreds of girls trying to get past security check, and one hopped on through the luggage belt and tried getting through with the luggage, but they caught her on the other side.
I remember an instance where me and Lance came up to the floor we were staying on, and there was this table out. They have those mini lobbies on each floor. Lobbies? Yeah. And there was a table with a tablecloth all the way down to the floor. And we just kind of, nonchalantly walked by and heard giggling. And we looked under this tablecloth, and there were 9 kids
Like a clown
stuffed
bar.
under this one, dining table. I mean, they were crammed in there, and they were hiding.
We traveled 3 hours to get here on our bus. Justin, I love you.
One of the oddest things we ever got, we were in Germany, and for a while, one of us said that we like gummy bears or whatever, and at one point, people started sewing gummy bears together and making pictures out of gummy bears.
Or names.
With all the different colors. They would make our names, they would make NSYNC logos, and they would literally stitch gummy bears together. It was the weirdest thing.
The parents are the worst, though, because they'll try to get into concerts by eating worms for radio stations.
Or they had one was a garbage pail, they were in a garbage bin with fish.
I realized that parents would do anything for their kids.
3 days, these parents sat in a garbage.
Someone ate
dump.
leeches.
This is sent in from Tanya and Laura and Heidi in Victoria, BC. And they wanted to know, gentlemen, your wildest fantasies.
I don't know. I guess just a big pool of Jello. That's all I'm gonna say.
You went there.
That's it.
Joey.
Hold back.
That's about it. That's as far as wild goes. I'm changing it now. It's not Jello. It's money. I want to roll in a pool of $100 bills because everybody's been giving me Jello, boxes of Jello. So $100 bills I'd like to roll in.
They just took it, they cut a piece off, they decided, it'd be a funny thing to do, so they put it on eBay. It went up to $4 million. And then when they took it off, then they put it back on seriously, and it went up to $1,200, and some girl really bought it for $1,200.
So what happened was the radio station who put it up, they doubled the money that she put out, and it all went to charity.
What charity? A charity of your...
Yeah, we have our own charity called Challenge for the Children.
She was saying that she just wanted a piece of you. Doesn't that frighten you? Isn't that scare you somehow?
You want a piece of me? Hutch is giving you the chance to win a private VIP photo shoot with NSYNC and front row concert seats. We'll even set you up with your very own stylist.
This is B. Melanie over here, who actually won the contest, right?
Right.
Now, can you explain exactly sort of the details of the contest and why we're here right now?
Well, we're here to have a photo shoot with NSYNC, and then afterwards we're going to go to the concert.
And this is your friend, Natalie.
Yeah, that's my friend Natalie.
Now, when your friends found out that you won the contest, did they all say, pick me, or you knew pretty much it was going to be Natalie?
No, we decided it would be Natalie. Everybody knew that I'd be taking Natalie if I won.
They your favorite band?
Definitely.
So this is a dream come true almost.
Yes, it is.
You're very cool. You're very collected. I'm surprised.
Even though Justin's standing right there.
I know. He's right behind the camera. There he is.
I know, he's looking out the window.
You see, he's very excited.
I'm innocent. I'm innocent.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. Appreciate that. Pleasure to get my picture taken with you. But Melanie, I gotta ask Melanie here. This was a big dream for you, I guess, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, definitely.
And you're not even shaking or anything.
No.
So you had a good day today?
I did have a great day. Thank you. Much music, BMG, and of course NSYNC.
Hey, we gotta thank NSYNC.
It's gotta be this lady right here.
Oh, guys, show my guy's right here.
Think so? The creativity or as far as the videos?
I don't know, man.
You know, a lot of people
she
do
was
all the
from the
choreography.
tips out. She was on.
I mean, they were all good dancers.
So,
That was
so
impressive.
you guys can present her with her prize
Everybody
here?
was giving it, but
You were all
Here
giving
you
it.
go.
You were John
Yeah,
Paul.
you're welcome.
I like the creative dance there. It was
That's
all
what I
nice, you
said.
guys. When you were doing the Rolling Stone article, this was a quote. Jason confirmed in a recent Rolling Stone article that you guys are quote very hormonal. Hormonal.
You said hormonal.
Hormonal. In the words of Johnny Carson's audience, how hormonal are you?
No, I mean, they were saying, he was saying, you know, you guys don't go out and date and stuff like that. I said, we're guys, we're hormonal. We look at girls just like anybody else, you know what I mean? They take everything out of context and they twist it around. Yes, we like girls and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm a human being.
everybody's watching, you know. I mean, we're guys, we're young guys, so we like to go out and have fun, and sometimes it gets misinterpreted, and, you know...
Sometimes you get in trouble.
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes you get in trouble because people write things about you, and...
People are always judging you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get arrested
Good
one
and
time,
right.
and they blow it up.
You know, the hardest word to erase is perv.
We're always in the public eye, and people are always going to try to watch and see what we do. But, I mean, nobody's perfect, and, I mean, we're young guys, we're young men. I mean, we want to go out and have a good time and go to clubs and go dancing.
We're people.
So,
It's that time of our lives where we have to experience that kind of thing. I mean, people our age are in college and things like that, and they're partying their heads off. You know, and what makes us so different from them? Nothing. And I mean, we're
Nothing. What makes us so different from them?
We're in our early 20s, and we're gonna act like it, you know. And if people don't think that that's very exemplary, I'm sorry, we can't make everybody happy.
We all come from really good families and very supportive families.
Yeah.
So we think we were brought up well.
When we make decisions, we think about what would our parents think, you know, about what
We're
we're
role
doing.
models,
And if you can feel good about that, then you shouldn't worry about it too much.
We have
I
a
mean,
good time with whatever we do. We enjoy being on tour. We enjoy, you know, doing our music, but we understand that we're role models, and I think that's a big part of our lives.
I know y'all did a little acting on Saturday Night Live.
We told them before we went on the show that we wanted to do some sketches, and that if we did any sketches, you know, we kind of wanted to poke fun at ourselves because, you know, that lets people know that
We don't take ourselves seriously.
yeah, we take ourselves seriously. We just don't take, you know, the hype and everything around it seriously. And we know that, you know, a lot of things get blown out of proportion and they make this huge, like, to-do about everything around us. And, you know, we basically just wanted to say, you know, we're just people. We love to have fun. We know people make fun of everybody. We don't care if people make fun of us. You know, we make fun of ourselves. We wear hats. We have shirts that say NSYNC on them because, you know, it's like we don't care if people can. If we poke fun at ourselves, then when other people poke fun at us, it's not as fun for them.
And I was just wondering if any of you have any acting plans for the future.
Actually, all of us do.
Yeah.
We're doing a movie.
Once you're an entertainer, you kind of, you know, you want to explore all things. I mean, back in the day, it was, you know, people like Gene Kelly used to do movies, and they used to sing, dance, and act. And I think that, you know, every entertainer kind of wants to do it all. I mean, everybody has their forte of what they do better than other things, but, you know, you always want to try a little bit of everything.
We don't want to tell you too much about it. We can tell you we won't play ourselves.
And we're not serious thespians.
It won't be like Spice World or anything.
No, I said thespians.
Oh, sorry.
Leave it to Joey.
The scripts and everything that we've read, everything's being revised. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
We're playing totally different characters. Some of us aren't even friends. Oh yeah. And the script
some
we're going
of
with now
us
is-
are even enemies.
It's very American Pie-ish.
It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be sort of, you know, humorous. It'll definitely be a comedy.
How have you guys grown from, say, the first album to this one, musically and individually?
Wow. Well, we don't have any more money because we got sued.
We were a little naive at first, you know, 5 years ago when we started out, and now we realize that this is a business. We were having fun, you know, just doing whatever, but now I think we've learned a lot of lessons, and we're still having fun doing it, but we're a little bit wiser.
What have you learned about the music business with the whole lawsuit? And has that brought you guys closer together?
Don't trust anybody.
Yeah, what haven't we learned about the music business in this past year? We got a crash course, really.
Do you feel okay with talking about this album title, of Significance?
Yes.
I think
Yeah,
you're taking a shot at Big Bad Louie. That's what I think.
It's not a shot at anybody. It's just kind of declaring our independence as artists. You know what I mean? We don't feel any bad feelings towards anyone. You know, we had some falling out with our former management, but we settled our differences, and we want to move on. And we want to show the world that we're not puppets on strings. It's really about, we don't want people to think of us that way. We want to show people what we're really all about.
It was good for us to actually go through that. I know it sounds dumb, but you know what? You have to take your spankings, and no matter what you do. You really, the best,
We've been bad.
the best way to learn is to experience things, and you know, sometimes it hurts, but in the end, you're a better person for it, and we all learn from it, and we feel like we're better for going through something like that. It really brought us closer together and showed each of us how strong we are and things like that. So
every artist goes through that.
I'm doing this tonight. You're probably gonna start a fight. I know this can't be right. Hey, baby, come on.
We wiped the slate clean. We had almost an album together when we started to go through our legal woes. Right. And after we started trying to get through that, we said, you know what? It doesn't feel right. So we wiped the slate clean and started over musically. And I mean, we knew it was going to take a little more time, but it was worth it.
We didn't want to push an album out just to push an album out, you know. It was the people that were controlling us on the strings were like, we need to get another album out now while you guys are hot, and we need to make our money and so and so and so and so. And we said, you know, we're not in this to make, you know, 2 quick albums get out with money. Obviously, we don't have any money. But, you know, we basically went for respect and went for what we thought was a good album and not what we thought would sell records.
I loved you endlessly, and you weren't there for me. So now it's time to leave and make it alone.
Insanity.
It's like, whoa. I don't even know what to say.
Our fans are the best.
Yeah,
I mean, they're the ones that stood outside and waited in line all night for that record, and I mean, we just sang it. They did all the work.
We make them and they break them.
Don't wanna be a fool for you, just another player in your game for two. You may hate me, but it ain't no lie, baby, bye, bye, bye.
I think it has a lot to do with the single "Bye Bye Bye" too. I think it was such a huge song, and I think it showed our growth in the style of music that we do.
And a lot of guys got involved in it, so they like the song too. So thanks all the guys that.
Bye 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 is our comeback for No Scrubs.
And Bills.
It was just some fun stuff that we were doing when we were sitting there. I said, you know, it'd be funny if somebody, at first I said a cassette tape, but then of course a CD would have been better. JC pulled out a CD and dusted it off, put it back on, and that worked. So then Justin couldn't be outdone, so Justin had to have a little stop. And me and Joey were just afraid for our lives on top of the train, so we didn't care if it stopped or not.
Yeah. Were you actually on top of that train while it was moving?
We were on top of the train while it was moving, and we had about 50 people underneath the train at all times panicking that we were going to do something bad and fall off the train and die or something. But once you got your bearings and you could figure out, you know, how easy it was to run on the train, it was harder to run against the train than it was to run with the train, and we were running against the train, so.
It ain't no lie, I wanna see you out that door, baby, bye, bye, bye.
Bye 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 set a record. We only released it to radio, and it set a record for most airplay, most spins in 1 week. So everything is just like so mind-boggling to us. And yeah, I mean, we're very proud of Bye Bye Bye. We think it's a very strong first single for the album, but we definitely feel that the album has a lot to offer.
This is our sophomore album. This is the most important album that'll see if we have staying power or if we are a one-hit wonder. So with this album, we just wanted to say, no strings attached. This is NSYNC. You know, there's nothing more to it.
Battery's not included.
It's us. Battery's not included.
No one has dogged the album saying, oh, you know, oh, it'll never make it. I mean, every interview I've ever seen and review is just like, it's great. It's better than the first one. You know, it's going to do great.
We kind of realized what we wanted to convey to everyone is that we're not puppets on strings, that there's a preconception about a group that may look like us, but I mean, this is our heart and soul on this record, and we thought, what better, you know, way to say it than no strings attached.
We're even happier with this album than we are the last record. We feel like this record's got an energy that honestly no record has. You know, it's something exciting for us. And that's why we want to just do it everywhere. We feel like everybody can get into this record.
Our first album kind of introduced us as a group, and this album's gonna define us as a group.
I like the way you work it, no diggity. I thought to bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity. I thought to bag it up.
This is an album that meant the most to us because, you know, we've written and produced half of it, and the other half we helped produce. And we've worked with producers that we've always wanted to work with.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, I will be right here waiting for you.
Richard Marx is a great guy.
Call him Richard Marx.
He's very cool, very talented. We did a song called Promise, I Promise You.
He's probably got one of the best ears that we've all ever encountered. Just amazing in the studio, and it was really easy to sing with him because he's a singer.
Richard submitted actually the demo of that song to us.
And it's a wonderful, wonderful ballad.
Every word I say is true. This I promise you. Friday night.
We did a Johnny Kemp song that Teddy Riley produced back in the day. He actually did the production again for us, which was awesome because Teddy Riley's worked with Michael Jackson and Guy and Blackstreet and everybody you can think of. I happen to think that he's a genius. Usually when you do a remake, you do it with somebody else. You're trying to redo the whole thing. And we went back to the roots of the song. We all grew up, you know, we just got paid. It was a party song back in the day, you know what I mean? It was always feel good. Everybody was in the, New Jack Swing was in. When we hooked up with Jive, they were like, we'll get TR to do it for you, man. He's the original deal. We were like, you'll get who?
Yeah, I wrote a track. It's called I'll Be Good For You. It was the first time I wrote something that has made the album. Our manager heard it and he liked it, and you know, the guys, I guess, liked it. And it's kind of like Maxwell meets NSYNC. It's got this old Marvin Gaye, Al Green type feel on it. It's all live instruments, but yet it's got our pop vocals on it, so it makes a cool mixture.
Max
We call him
Martin.
He cut his hair. He's not as sexy anymore. The great thing about working with Max and Christian is, you know, they let us do our thing. They let us arrange the harmonies that we like to hear, and they let us do that on Bye Bye Bye, and now Rami with it. It's gonna be me.
It's gonna be me.
All that I do is not enough for you.
Shakespeare got in at the very last second, let me tell you.
He was the last person we recorded, which was what? How long ago?
We were supposed to be printing the album by then, and he came in and he's like, "Don't do it! I got a song. It's dope."
We named it Dirty Pop, basically, because of all the beats. They're very aggressive beats, and then some of the songs are towards R&B, urban.
Dirty Pop. Say it once and boom. Dude, it's a trend.
We wanted to be the ones to set the new standard, set the table.
Well, I just want to say we did it first.
You never know when inspiration's gonna hit you. You just kind of cradle it when it does. There it is. I have an idea. No, and you know, you're always thankful for it because you never know. Because of course you write, you know, a bunch of songs and a bunch of ideas, but only a few of them are the ones that are those special ones.
JC's got, what, 4 or 5 songs on there of his own. Justin's got a song on. So when you're presenting your own songs like that and stuff that we've put so much into, it means a lot because you're putting that out to people. And, you know, if they reject it, in a way, they're kind of rejecting you. So we're very happy to be accepted like it's been.
That's when I stopped loving you.
Even the slow songs, you can feel you can feel what we put into it. You know, we didn't sing anything halfway. We didn't slack on anything.
It's got soul.
We put everything we had into it. So
Well, I mean, and what I mean by that, I think, you know, anybody who puts their heart on a record, that's soul. You know, it doesn't have to sound a certain way to be soulful.
Happy birthday from NSYNC. Happy birthday to you.
We like full songs. We like to have a song that when it's finished, somebody comes in and says, you really couldn't have squeezed any more harmonies in there. You know, sometimes that's a little overproduction, but, you know, for most of the songs that we do, we produce them, you know, just perfectly. And the same with the up-tempos. You know, with all our fast songs, you know, even in the middle of like a breakdown on a fast song like Bye 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 or something, you'll hear the 5-part harmonies, because when we're on stage, we love doing 5-part harmony. That's what started us. We started doing 5-part a cappella. It's getting dark out. Oh, cool. We have the best fans in the world. Honestly, we tried to do as much as we could to keep stuff out there for them. With the duets that we did with Gloria Estefan, we did a song on the Light It Up soundtrack with Babyface, as well as, you know, we did a little song on Pokemon. So we tried to stay out there with little things until we could literally have time to finish this album. And that's why we also stayed on tour pretty much the whole year.
Here it comes, millennium, and everybody's talking about Jerusalem.
I'm excited to tour because it's going to be good to see people's faces with this new stuff. I'm telling you, people will leave our show exhausted.
I love being home in America, but also, you know, getting to show your music to a totally different world, a totally different atmosphere. That's something very, very special.
This is our year to finally do the international thing.
This is what we want to do with this album. We want to take it abroad. We want to be a worldwide group now. I mean, we did before, but not on this scale.
We're going everywhere. It's worldwide. Worldwide domination.
This is who we are. This album is what we're about. If people still like us, that's good. If they don't, that's okay too. They can like whatever they want. But you know, this is us. We're not puppets on a string. We're not being controlled by anybody but ourselves. So if it sucks, it's our fault.